All right, so we have a few participants.
Kai, that's
Kai.
right. Yeah.
All right, hello, everybody. It's 10 a.m. So we will begin our zoning administrator hearings for today. We have 3 hearings on the agenda today. And so we will be going in order of how they're listed on the agenda, which is the order in which they were applied for. That's 1111 Anderson Drive, 9 Balboa Avenue, and 304 G Street. So how this will work is I will introduce the zoning administrator hearings, how this meeting will go as a hybrid situation. Each planner will present on the project at hand. Once the planner has presented, the applicant will have a chance to speak if they wish. And then public comment will be opened. At the end of, there will be a public comment for each item. At the end of each public comment, the zoning administrator will ask any follow-up questions as necessary and then make a determination on the project. In terms of public comment and participation by the applicants and the public, following the decision by the zoning administrator hearing, there is a 5-day appeal period in which either a member of the public, Sanderville resident or not, or the applicant may appeal the decision. That appeal must be made in writing to the planning department and has an associated fee. So we have 4 attendees, which looks like are likely our applicants, which we will, as appropriate, you are all muted for now. We'll ask that you raise your hand as the participant or name yourself for your address so that we know who the applicant is. For sure, I'm seeing one email address, so I'll ask everybody to adjust accordingly. For if you'd like to speak and you are on the phone, or if you have a question during the public comment, you may raise your hand. On the phone, we ask that you hit *9 and that'll allow you to have public comment. So with that, I will ask our first agenda item is 1111 Anderson Drive, a request for environmental and design review for landscape and parking renovations. And our planner for that is Monica Lee.
Good morning, everyone. So this is a request for a minor environmental and design review permit to allow landscaping and parking renovations and a 390 square foot accessory structure and other site improvements on an existing 145,054 square foot lot. I have the applicants Kai and Pete here. Pete, is there anything that you would like to say about the proposal?
Nope, I think.
Okay.
You have the staff report, so
Okay.
please continue.
Okay, so I think at this point we can open for public comment. If anyone out there wishing to speak, you can raise your hand on the agenda item that we're discussing, which is 111 Anderson Drive.
Give everybody just a moment to raise their hand if they wish. Not getting any calls in, so seeing
none,
no
okay.
comment, we'll close the official public hearing. The planner and applicant, acting and zoning administrator will have a chance to answer any follow-up questions and otherwise present their decision.
Okay, so I hereby approve project ED 23-016. The request for a minor environmental and design review permit to allow landscape and parking renovations and a 390 square feet accessory structure and other site improvements based on the findings attached. And as Renee said, if anyone wishes to file an appeal, they may do so by providing a written letter to the planning department. And so that's it for this item.
Terrific. Thanks very much.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
All right, thank you, everyone. That concludes the hearing for 1111 Anderson Drive. And we will now move on to 9 Balboa Avenue. The acting zoning administrator and planner is Michaela O'Brien.
Hello, everyone. So this is an environmental design review permit to allow for a 605 square foot garage addition on 9 Balboa Avenue for hillside property. So I don't see the applicant here, so we're gonna move on and allow for public comments.
They seeing none, I believe Sean is the applicant for the next project. Sean, unless you have any comment or questions. I'm gonna take that as a no.
So as the zoning administrator, I hereby approve project ED 23-035, the request for design review permit to allow for 605 square foot garage addition on hillside property, with the following findings. And that concludes the zoning administrator hearing for 9 Balboa.
Right, and officially, as with all the projects, there is an appeal period for 5 days, so any members of the public joining, I'm seeing. Sean alone, if you have any issue with this project, you can appeal, and anybody who received public notice as well has a 5-day appeal period. Great, wonderful, thank you,
Thank you.
Michaela. All right, Sean, it's just you and I left standing. I'm gonna unmute. And this is Shamin as well, perhaps. Oh no, can you hear me? Oh, I cannot hear you. Oh, can you hear me? Oh, I cannot hear you. So, oh, just one moment. I'm gonna make sure that we can connect. Usual. But I do have a workaround. Just one moment, I apologize. Oh.
Recording in progress.
Oh, that's not gonna. I'm so sorry. So unfortunately, I cannot hear you. Sean, are you able to type comments into the chat? I'm going to pause the recording for just one moment, and I'm going to find somebody who can help with this. I sincerely apologize. This won't take too much longer. Just haven't had this issue yet. We just wanted to make sure all the sound was working since we hadn't had anybody want to make comment. So that's not a problem. The microphone, will pick you up, so this will still be an official public hearing. No need to move that forward. I have restarted the recording just for the official public record. We will now begin our public hearing for 304 G Street. Excuse me, this is the zoning administrator hearing. I'll go a little bit over the beginning. Shamin, it looks like you've joined as well, just so that you hear, since we had a pause. Since we had a pause in our recording, I will just start from the beginning a little bit and say that we are here today for the zoning administrator hearing for 304 G Street and a request for a variance to construct an uncovered deck that would project into the front yard of the property and also exceed the maximum allowed lot coverage by 4%. We are having this meeting technically hybrid, but it looks like all of our participants and possibly a member of the public or the applicant team are all on Zoom, which is perfectly acceptable. And but if anybody, so if you'd like to make a comment during the applicant presentation, which the applicant, you may or may not choose to present, that is up to the applicant and the homeowner. But if you'd like to share during that time, Sean is unmuted. I'll unmute Shameen as well. And Brian, I'm not sure if you're a member of the team. Sean, can you confirm if Brian Murphy, is that a member of your team?
Brian Murphy?
So that may be a member of the public. So Brian, if you're a member of the public, I'll ask that you wait to make comment if you like during the public hearing portion. You may raise your hand, and anybody that may be calling in on the phone can press *9 to ask to speak. So I will open the presentation. I will give just a brief overview. As I mentioned before, this is the zoning administrator hearing. I, as Renee Nickenig, the planner, am the acting zoning administrator. The project is at 304 G Street, and this is a request for a variance to construct an uncovered deck, approximately 57 inches tall, that would project into the existing required front yard setback by approximately 6 feet and would exceed the maximum 6 feet 11 inches and would exceed the maximum allowed lot coverage by 4%. If the applicant or homeowner wishes to present, they may do so now.
So when you say present, what do you talk through what we're requesting, or?
Sure.
Visual?
Yeah, you're welcome to just make a comment on your project. It's up to you whether you're not you know, if you'd like to present your project to the applicant, if however you'd like to do that. No, I apologize. The word presentation is maybe a little bit misleading.
I was like,
no
okay.
presentation necessary. Just if this is your chance as the applicant homeowner to speak on your project prior to the public hearing, the opening.
Okay, so our lot is a unique lot in that what the planning department is saying is our front yard is also our side yard. So the deck would be actually part of our side yard, which is fully fenced. It is surrounded by trees that obstruct any view from the front yard of the deck that we're proposing. So I think it's a little, when it's saying it's projecting into the front yard, I think that some people might get the impression that we're changing the front of our house, and we are not. We are changing, we would like to add a deck to our side yard that I said, again, is fully fenced in, obstructed by a giant tree in our front. And so I just wanted to make that clear that it's, yes, a front yard variance, but it's really our side yard that's fenced in.
Great, thank you. Sean, do you have anything you'd like to add? If not, I will move on.
No, that covered it.
Okay. So with that, Sean and Shameen, am I pronouncing your name correctly? I'm sorry.
No
Shamin,
worries.
Shamin, I apologize, Shamin.
Totally used to it.
I apologize. I'm going to mute you both and I will open the public comment. It looks like we have one member of the public, Brian. You're welcome to raise your hand if you have any questions or comments, and anybody who may be calling in on the phone, they can press *9 to ask to speak. And I'll just give a minute for anybody to answer. Okay, with that, seeing no request for public comment, I will officially close the public hearing. I, as the zoning administrator, do not have any additional questions for the applicant. And so I will move on to the action. The action that is being taken today by myself as the acting zoning administrator is conditional approval of the requested variance. As the applicant noted, and as is apparent even on the site plan, this is a very unusual lot. This is essentially a peninsula-shaped lot that's surrounded by 3 different streets. The lot is unusually shaped, which does create a situation in which the side yard is also the front and the rear yard almost. The yard is particularly small, as well as the parcel itself. In the duplex residential district, the minimum lot area required is 6,000 square feet for a corner, and this property is only listed as having 4,900 square feet. So in addition to having condensed yard areas, required side yard areas, this property also is not given the same opportunities as other properties in the same district and then the surrounding area to utilize their lot per lot coverage, which is why the increase in lot coverage is also being approved. The approval of the deck, which will create both non-conforming situations of the encroachment into the side yard and also, the front yard, and also the increase in lot coverage will not be detrimental to the surrounding properties. The deck will be enclosed by an existing fence, which was previously approved in 2015 and will not be visible from the public street. Additionally, it is not anticipated to create any other additional environmental issues, including noise pollution. This variance also does not give special privileges that are inconsistent with the remainder of the neighborhood. As previously stated, this is a very unusual lot, and the circumstances surrounding the creation of the lot do not allow for the property owners and applicant to construct a deck as they would otherwise. And with that, as previously stated, this project is conditionally approved. Conditions of approval are going to be limited to fulfilling the needs of the building permit application, as well as the 2-year permit validity. Additional conditions may also be included that are related to the construction of the deck and the need for a building permit, as well as I believe that's it actually, and possibly a comment regarding any further non-conforming issues. So I actually don't think I was successful in muting either of you. So if you have any questions for me, you're welcome to ask them. Now, again, just to repeat officially, there is an appeal period in which any member of the public can appeal the decision within 5 working days.
So once
any-
I'm sorry, once those 5 working days are done, when can we start construction?
So after that 5-day appeal period, that will end at 5 p.m. next Wednesday. Next Thursday morning, I will officially approve the building permit that has been submitted. And then I will let the building division know now that will be approved Thursday. So if they have any additional comments, you should be able to get your permit that day or the next.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. And I will, these minutes will be finalized and posted online, if not by the end of today, tomorrow.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Have a good afternoon or day. We're still in the morning. Have a
Thank
good
you.
day.
You
Okay.
too.
Goodbye.